Let's draw this, and starting with a circle, and then we will use a little bit Lumi's method where we will add the face like this, and then we have the backbone starting the end of the skull, make the rib cage. This is the rib cage, and from here the backbone comes in, and this is the pelvic, and from here we would draw the leg on top of it, and then from here we have this legs one, and then once we have this, you draw the feet here. This is just a basic understanding, but if there is anything to be done, if there is anything to be rectified, we will draw that as and when we require. But as of now, we are drawing in this method. And see, this is a tutorial, so you have to understand that you are getting the right phenomena, and then from here you can go towards the 100% perfection. But right now we are working on the hand part. Okay, so now once this is over, this the structure is over, then we will be working on the face part. And see, what I've done is that I have started from the eye part where we have the shadow, and then you have face, which is the mouth part, and then from here you work on the chin, which goes towards the back of the ear. So where you have to start the ear, just where it ends, this is where you would be drawing the ear, and then just below it you are in a neck starting, and from here we will be adding up all the important parts. Okay, now because of foundation is very easy for you to draw the hands and the hump of the back. Now see, this is the shoulder area where you have the hand coming in, and you have to ensure that you pick up the right muscles, structures and all. And see, this is the tricep area which comes, and it looks very longer, but he had a lot of volume perhaps. And then this is the hand. Because of the foundation, it's very easy for you to draw this. And then we have touched up on the latissimus, which is also called as lat. And then we work on this different fabrics which is wrapping around his neck, and at the same time this is wrapping around his back also. So all the drapes which is available, we will be picking up the drapes, and then we would be drawing it here on top of it. And once this is done, then we will be going back and working on it where it is hanging, and voila, you're more or less you get the first structure of the human being. Now from here we would be drawing and getting it down. Now you see the fit, which is, if you take a straight line from ear and you drop it straight, you'll see that it is touching the ankle. The same we would be doing it so that our ankle is not crossing much of a ear part, and that's how you can take the proportions. So from the drawing, if you see this, this is more of the proportions, you can work on it. And once this is done, we can add up the stool part once finished the fabric. And see, this is very easy to draw, because for you to draw on this is just the human being from the side area. And once your drawing is ready, you start working, filling up the grayscale, especially on the shadows. So remember, now we have to work on the shadows, not the light. So to get the shadows, we have to fill up the entire part with grayscale. And doing this is most enjoyable thing, where you go slow filling up layer by layer, and then you work on the face. And see how we are working on the shadows, and slowly you will see the light which is falling, the sunlight which is falling on the human is actually popping up, and that's how you create a contrast on your painting. Now here you don't rush, but you spend time, you hold yourself over there, don't lose patience, and slowly work on this ear part, because one of the darkest areas looks from here is the ear. But at the same time the air is a little reddish because the blood is visible from there. And at the same time you're working on the forehead and all the parts, especially the hair part. And once this is done, we would be going towards the neck. And if you see the throat area, the all the veins are visible. So I have shown the vein here, and then on top of the vein you have to put one layer so that it shows that it is a part of the body, not a separate pipe going on. And then once this is over, I'd be starting up with this hand part. It's most interesting and most probably the toughest part of this entire drawing, where you are picking up the right amount of values and not making it too much contrast on it. But I wanted that drama to be there, so I have made it little darker so that the bicep and the triceps are separated and the shoulders are really visible, though this person is very old. This latinumus where I'm working now, the latinumus, all the lats are visible, then the forearms, all the muscles are picking up. And it's really so interesting to see how your human body tend to change and as you grow older, but at the same time it holds back the muscle if you have done good amount of exercise throughout your young age or throughout your mid 40s and 50s. And this is how it is very much visible. And what we are working on is the most sensible area is the hand, where you have lot of nerves popping up, but at the same time you are working on these nerves, but at the same time on top of it you have to give a little layer of grayscale so that it again shows that it's a part of the skin, under the skin, not over the skin. So a lot of people does mistake. Don't do this mistake. Again, see, I go back to the face and start doing one more layer. And just to tell you that you should use 2B, 4B, 6B different Bs, but I am using only one pencil, one mechanical pencil, which is 0.5 mm HB pencil. But because of number of layers I have increased, the contrast and the values are much higher than the normal. And once we picked up the right values, we'll start working on this cloth. And as and when I understand that okay, I need more valuation, more darkness, I go back there, increase 2 layers, and again I will see that where it ends. And now this entire part is actually not in shadows, so I'm ensuring that it's filled up with 4 or 5 layers, and then on top of it there are wrinkles are there. Okay. And once this is done, and see how I have started working on the reflective lights which is there in the shadows. So once this is done, here I felt that I have done too much patches. You should not do this patches work. And this is where I felt that I should have done more, angular one, more slanting lines rather than making it small patches. And you can work on it, but I still feel that when you are drawing it, make more longer lines rather than these short lines so that you don't get these patches. And once this is over, that's where you have to start working on the and other legs, but ensuring that look at the darkness it has, the values it has. I think that I should have used more 4Bs and 6B, but I know that a lot of my people who watches doesn't probably have all the pencils also. So with one pencil, can we draw this kind of drawing? That's what the main funda out of it. And that's where, see, I am bringing all the muscles of the shin bone, and at the same time the calf, and it goes down towards the feet. So while I'm drawing this, why don't you subscribe the button and press the bell button so that whenever I put something, you can see it, you can get the notification, and at the same time, you comment below and like that how when you are drawing it, how much you're getting it. Send it to me. Follow me in social media in Instagram with the same name, Herox Art Gallery. Now see, I am working on a very faster way of different drapes of this fabric, but the more time you spend, you make more realistic drawing. I am making it very fast so that you don't feel the boredom, and then you can close it. Let me know how did you like it. Thank you so much for